Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. That's it for today's video. It's Saturday. On Saturdays, I do Cellar Saturday, where I actually drink something off the shelf. This one was off camera. Hey, Bruno. Hi, buddy. It was over there. He must have finished eating, and now he's looking for, after he eats his dinner, I give him what he really wants, a TREAT. So anyway, I reviewed this earlier today, but this will be posted 3 days later. I did a really fun review with Thomas Opened. Make sure you check him out. I will try to remember to link to him in the description box below again. So we did a video where he had a fresh one of these, and I have this one from 2014. So that's a separate video. But in that video, we got talking, and I'm like, man, I have a vanilla bean. I want to put it in there. So I got my Randall Jr. out, cleaned it, cut open the vanilla bean, scraped some of the stuff out into this, poured the rest of the beer into this, and let it sit at this point for like 5 or 6 hours. Must be 5, yeah, for like 5 hours. And I used to do this a lot with this beer, and they're one that was just called like bourbon barrel aged. I think it had a generic name like that. I could get them back then at the grocery store. Relatively inexpensive for a bourbon barrel aged beer. I put that in quotes. I shouldn't have. And I would do these infusions, and then I didn't like the regular bourbon one very much. This one I preferred. And my friend Gabe was like, "Stop spending your money on these just to infuse them. Like, it's not worth it, man. You're not that big of a fan of the beer." This one I did like pretty fresh, but I kind of talk about my thoughts on this as is in that review. So again, watch that review with Thomas Opened. Let's get into this vanilla one. Okay, a little bit of a, geez, there's a little bit at the tippy top. I always feel weird saying tippy top. All right, so yeah, I mean, with the vessel it's in and having a vanilla bean in it and everything, there's no carbonation really, like no head, I should say. Now, again, not to keep talking about this other video, but I had a big head on that when it was out of the bottle. So I'm not gonna. It's not the beer's fault. I'm the one who's doing this experiment. If you didn't watch that video, and I would love you to. Because again, it was so much fun hanging out with Thomas. Basically, we weren't huge fans of it. Me with this one, him with a fresher one. So that's why I was like, you know what? Let's see what a vanilla bean does. So if you didn't watch that one, very dark brown into black is the color. Some legs make sense. Let's get into the aroma. So I do get some of the vanilla in the aroma, so it bodes well, because I had no idea how long to, I haven't infused beers much in the last, actually probably since I've started doing the channel. Used to love doing it, like getting some fresh fruit, put an IPA in here with some freshly cut fruit, and then pour it out, doing these, big stout, cinnamon, cacao nibs, coffee, vanilla. I really liked doing it when I used to do it. But anyway, definitely more vanilla, not surprising. I got just oak. I got no bourbon when I did the other review. So it's kind of nice to have this extra depth. I know I'm the vanilla police, but it's nice to get more vanilla than I got out of that one. It's interesting. The vanilla seems to like be rounding it out as a better experience, because it was so much oak, and then like a little bit of like watery chocolate, watery coffee is what I got in the initial aroma. And this one is nicer. Let's see about the taste. Cheers. And again, check out Thomas. That is way better. Wow. I don't know, just to get out of my head for a second, I was like, is this kind of a weird thing to do? I already reviewed the beer, but then I altered the beer, and then it is aged, so should I do it on a Saturday? And I need content, so I'm like, you know what? It is an aged beer from 2004, so it's 8 years old. So it definitely fits the Saturday thing, but then I'm doing an experiment, so is it more of a Tuesday thing? Anyway, I'm just getting in my head too much. This is a lot better. I don't know if it's because I'm drinking this colder. This when I did that review, was out of my beer fridge at 55. This was in my regular refrigerator, and it was only been out for like 15 minutes. So I don't know if it's all the vanilla, if it's just like it opened up in a good way. If it's just because it's colder, it's masking some of the things I didn't like about the beer. I don't know. But this definitely drinks better. And like I was saying, the aroma, the vanilla, not only is it there, which I really welcome it there, but it seems to be kind of like rounding out some edges that were harsh, and also adding some depth that was lacking. Again, like saying things like watery coffee, watery hot chocolate, as like my stout tasting notes. It's oaky, not bourbony. This vanilla is adding more depth, and not quite the glue. That's not the right word, but definitely like helping bring out the most of the flavors that are there, which were very lacking without that vanilla. Which I've never credited vanilla with the ability to do that. Maybe that is a known thing, but it was not known to me. Because now, like, that watery chocolate, it doesn't drink watery. And there's more complexity to the chocolate. The vanilla is kind of helping give it a milk chocolate vibe. You do get like a little bit of like chocolate or vanilla chocolate twist ice cream vibe. Yet you still get that bitterness. So there is still some dark chocolate, but it's not as thin. Same thing with the coffee note in this. Almost like you added creamer to the coffee. So again, you're adding more complexity. You're adding more depth to it. And again, just like the watery chocolate, it just drinks less watery, that coffee roasty note. I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious how, and again, if you didn't watch that review, it's pretty rare I don't seem to really like a beer. Like every once in a while someone will comment like, is there any beer you don't like? And there's plenty of beers I don't like. I just typically drink beers I think I'm going to like, and then I'm, oh yeah, I did like this beer. So that one was probably, for me, kind of jarring, where it's like I'm on camera drinking this beer I thought I was really going to like, and I didn't. Whereas this, I like. And Thomas was like, when you do drink the vanilla bean one, let me know. So I'll definitely, this will happen actually like over a week before I post it. But Thomas, already, I really enjoyed this beer. And still more oak than bourbon. Yeah, that vanilla, it's really nice. And it's interesting too, I got no caramel, but in the review, Thomas was like, I get this caramel thing. With the vanilla, I am getting a little bit of this caramel note. So again, it's like how it's helping with the, again, the depth, the complexity, making me actually enjoy the drinking experience. Wow, this was cool. Yeah. I don't think I have anything else to say. Worthwhile anyway. Have you had this beer before? Do you have a Randall Jr. you use? Do you infuse a beer with like a coffee French press? Do you have anything? And I like Anderson Valley. I said that review too. Nothing against Anderson Valley. I think they're a cool brewery, and I think they make good beer. But this one just, I think where barrel-aged stouts are at, they've been leapt a little bit. But I do think they make a lot of other really good beers, so it's definitely not me hating on Anderson Valley. I think they're all like solar powered too, which I think is really cool. But anyway, a lot of love for Anderson Valley. I got to go there once. It was fun. I was wearing sandals though, so I wasn't allowed to do the tour, but I still had a good time doing the tasting and all that stuff there. But anyway, see, I told you I had nothing worthwhile to say. Anything to say on your end, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both of those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.